Good morning, beloveds. It's been kind of a busy morning, but it's Monday, so but it was 70 degrees out there. Like, it was almost cool. The air conditioning is running now because I live in South Texas. So, but 70 degrees was really nice. Okay. And we are doing your spiritual power. So let's do the housekeeping really quick. And all the housekeeping is me reminding you that we are Creative Life Spiritual Center. The website is creativelife.org. The constant contact is email info@creativelife.org. That will get you one email a week unless something unusual happens. We do live in hurricane country. Tells you what's going on for the week and the month, and the hot links are hot. If it says click here now, it means it. And it is a blind CC, which means nobody's going to see your email. Nobody will get your email. So you won't end up on anybody else's email list because of us. So there's that. Now, the last thing is the social medias, and I only mention them because we do not monetize them. We don't want to deal with the ads any more than you do. So what we ask you to do instead is to, hang on, is to engage with the pages. So like, subscribe, follow based on which platform you're on. Because like on Facebook, you can do both. You can like and follow. On YouTube, you want to subscribe. When you do that, if you allow notifications, it'll let you know when we either go live or upload new videos. So there's that. Now the last part, I should tell you what they are. And then engage with the individual posts. So comment, share, react to the posts. And we are Creative Life Spiritual Center or Creative Life Spark, depending on which platform you're on. And I am the running Ryan on the social medias that I am on. So there is that. Sugar, you are welcome to play with that toy if you want to. Or you can just shake your head and sneeze at me. My 15-year-old girl is in here and she's looking at the toys, and I'm like, okay. All right, so this is a collection of inspirational writings, apparently some of which have never been published anywhere else or are very rare, because I finally looked it up this morning. Why we decided to start with Immortality, I don't know. But as I kind of postulated yesterday, it's like, let's start with the hard thing, and then once we've gotten the hard thing out of the way, you'll hear anything else. And that toy's not going to stay there because Gio just attacked it. Okay. We are trying to figure out how to keep the boys from locking themselves in the room, which is fine because there's litter and water and food, but still, then they'll be angry when we get home. Okay, so collection of writings. We're almost finished. We've got 1 or 2 more days left in Immortality because it's very, very short. And then we're going to move on into Your Invisible Power. And I haven't decided if I'm going to break it up into individual playlists or how I'm going to do it. I don't know. Guess I'll make that decision as I upload them. It's kind of long, so I probably will end up breaking it up. Whew. Right. So, if you are playing along, we are starting on page 27. Immortality has been a collection of Ernest Holmes. It looks like Ernest Holmes' musings, like he's thinking about it, and poetry. Some of his own, because he's got the Celestial in here. So I'm assuming that if they don't give credit to an author on the poem, it was his. So we are starting on page 27 with Ernest. The experience loses its sting, the grave its victory, when we realize the eternity of our own being. Nature will not let us stay in any one place for too long. She will let us stay just long enough to gather the experience necessary to the unfolding and advancement of the soul. This is a wise provision of nature, for should we stay here too long, we would become too set, too rigid, too inflexible. She demands the change in order that we may advance. When the change comes, we should welcome it, and with a smile on the lips and a song in the heart. It is human to grieve over the loss of dear ones. We would not wish it to be otherwise. We love them and cannot help missing them. But a true realization of the immortality and continuity of the individual soul will rob our grief of utter hopelessness. We shall realize that they are in God's keeping and that they are safe. We shall know that loving friends have met them and that their life still flows on with the currents of eternity. We shall feel that we have not lost them. They have only gone before. So we shall... Maybe I've got this? Okay. So we will view eternity from the higher viewpoint as a continuity of time, forever and ever expanding, until time as we now experience it shall be no more. Okay. Realizing this, we shall see in everyone a budding genius, a becoming God, an unfolding soul, an eternal destiny. And we're going to have some more poetry. Robert Browning. Okay. Grow old along with me. The best is yet to be. The last of life for which the first was made. Our times are in his hands. Who setteth a whole I plant, youth shows but half. Trust God, see all, nor be afraid. Then welcome each rebuff that turns earth's smoothness rough, each sting that bids, nor sit nor stand, but go. Be our joys 3 parts pain, strive and hold cheap the strain. Learn, nor account the pang, dare never grudge the throw. Not once beat praise be thine. I see the whole design. I who saw power, see now love perfect too. Perfect I call thy plan. Thanks that I was a man. Maker, remake, complete. I trust that what thou shalt do. Therefore I summon age to grant youth's heritage. Life's struggle having so far reached its term, thence shall I pass approved, a man for I removed from the developed brute, a god though in the germ. And I shall thereupon take rest ere I be gone, once more on my adventure brave and new, fearless and unperplexed. When I wage battle next, what weapon to select, what armor to endue. All that is, at all, lasts ever past recall. Earth changes, but thy soul and God stand true. Stand sure. What entered into thee, that was, is, and shall be. Time's wheel runs back or stops, potter and clay endure. And that is Robert Browning from Rabbi Ben Ezra. Okay, and now we're back to Ernest. Time heals all wounds, adjusts conditions, explains every fact, and time alone satisfies the expanding soul. We are born of eternal day, and the eternal sun shall never set upon its glory, for it is the coming forth of God into expression. We must give ourselves time enough to work out all problems. If we do not work them out here, we shall hereafter. In other words, we got to do the work because we're not going to ever get away from it. It's like you might as well do it now instead of saving it for later. There will be time enough in eternity to prove everything. Every person is an incarnation of eternity, a manifestation in the finite of that infinite, which Emerson tells us lies stretched in smiling repose. With all these facts confronting us, we should learn to trust life. There is no power in the universe which wishes anyone ill. Life is good and God is good. Why not accept this and begin to live? No person need prepare to meet their God. They're meeting God every day and each hour in every day. Kind of goes back to that. There's nowhere God is not. They meet God in the rising sun, in the flowing stream, in the budding rose, in the joy of friendship and love, and in the silence of their own soul. Right. Okay. When we meet each other, do we not feel the subtle presence which flows through all things and gives color and light to our everyday experiences? In our own souls, in silent process of thought and understanding, do we not sense another presence? There is something divine about us which we have overlooked. There is more to us than we realize. Humanity is an eternal destiny, a forever expanding principle of conscious intelligence. The ocean is a drop of water, the sun in its beams. Humanity, the real person, is birthless, deathless, and changeless. I don't know why that word is so hard for me today. And God, as a person, in a person, is a person. Or maybe we could say God, and God, as humanity, in humanity, is humanity. And right here is where I can hear David Lemaster going, and everything else. Whether it walks on 2 legs or 4 legs or 8 legs or 6 legs or no legs at all. Everything is God. It's all made from the same stuff, and that's God's stuff. And so we prepare not to die, but to live. The thought of death should slip from our consciousness altogether. And when this great event of the soul takes place, it should be beautiful, sublime, a glorious experience. As the hawk freed from its cage soars to its native heights, so the soul, freed from the house of heavy flesh, will rise and return to its spirit's home, naked and unafraid. Oh, this one is definitely written by Ernest Holmes. When death shall come, and the spirit freed shall mount the air, and wander afar in that great nowhere, it shall go as it came, freed from sorrow, sin, and shame, and naked and bare through the upper air shall go alone to the great nowhere. Hinder not its onward way, grieve not over its form of clay, for the spirit, freed now from clod, shall go alone to meet its God. Ernest Holmes, When Death Shall Come. We have one last comment before we are done. In adding the following lines to the Easter talk, I make apologies to the muse of verse and ask my readers not to judge them from the standpoint of poetry, but from the thought they contain. The experiences of the soul referred to are not thought of in the light of reincarnation, but from the viewpoint of our advancing experiences. Experiences which it appears to me we all have. I hold to the theory that people are beings of free will and volition, that they are equipped with the power from on high, but that they are ignorant of that fact and can only learn from experience. It seems to me that our evolution is the result of an unfolding consciousness of that which already is and needs but to be realized to become a fact of everyday life. It seems to me that freedom is from within out and never from without in. All right. So tomorrow we will tackle Journey of the Soul, which is the last part of Immortality. And then there's a prologue and then there's a journey, and I'll probably do that all in one day. because it's poetry. I don't know how much commentary you're going to get on poetry, but sometimes you can. Because, poetry is what it's what the author intended and what the reader comes to, which is what Ernest just said. It's like, look, Ernest doesn't believe in reincarnation per se. He doesn't believe we come back here. He does believe that we continue on. He believes that we continue to spiral upwards. But he also doesn't want to take reincarnation away from you. If you believe in reincarnation, he's totally fine with that. Believe what you want to believe. That's, I think both Ernest and William James said, don't take a person's belief away from them unless you have something better to offer them, So, but his thoughts on immortality, are that there is a part of us that continues on. This is just a vehicle. And once we set this aside, there's a part that goes on. And it's interesting that he said, let death slip from our consciousness. It's like, let's not worry about it. Eventually it comes for us all. But if we can set it aside and live, the Buddhist idea of the bardos is kind of what I lean into. In the best way to explain their concept is train stations. Birth is a train station, life is a train station, death is a train station. And if you were aware at when you hit the third train station, then you can get off at the fourth. And then there are two more train stations beyond that, the last one being nirvana. And if you are not aware, then you come back to station one. You hit the circuit. And which is why it's important to do our work now. And he said that. It's like, look, you're either going to have to do it now or you're going to have to do it in the next, the nenext level, if you want to say, which is why I find it funny when my friends say the happy level up day, for your birthday. Because that's what it is. And so that's there it is. It's like, we might as well do our work now. We might as well learn to love each other and learn to love ourselves now, because it'll probably make the next level easier. Do I know? No. But am I willing to trust? Yes. And thus endeth the lesson. So we will do Journey to the Soul tomorrow. All right, beloveds, I am going to move on into the process of my day, but at first I'm going to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day, a take care of business day, a let's get this week started off right day, a do something amazing for yourself, make sure you take some breaks day, drink plenty of water day, a stay out of the direct sunlight, even though it's cool, between 10 and 2 day, be aware of the heat day. It may not make it into the 90s today, but it might hit 90. Yeah. But that's where I live. So, a cuddle your fur babies day, a eat something really amazing day, a do what you got to do day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, because, occasionally it is, simply have a day. Simply have a day. You are enough. Just as you are a beloved expression of the divine. You are spirit in motion, God in action, a beautiful masterpiece and a work in progress at the same time, at your own pace, a brilliant light and a divine spark. And as Reverend Jesse likes to call us, you are a godling. All right? Explore the truth of your being. Get to know who the divine knows you to be, who the divine knows you to be good. From there, anything is possible. Anything at all is possible. All right, beloveds. Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you. I will be back with you around 9-ish tomorrow. We will do Journey of the Soul, prologue, and then we will move on to your invisible power. Immortality. Yay! All right, beloveds. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved, and I will see you next time.